Will the fans in Wichita witness PBA history? Norm Duke seeks 3 majors in a row as we begin the 50th season of PBA action. It all began in 1958 when Eddie Elias gathered a group of bowling's best to create the PBA.
Jim McKay here back at Paramus, New Jersey, and one final berth in the PBA National Invitation Bowling Tournament still up for grabs. Hurry up! He's got it!
PBA's history has been defined by its characters and legends, but what separates them are the performances at the sport's major championships. Today's pros will need more than luck to secure a spot alongside the greats. Whether you're a living legend or a legend in the making, their performances in majors will define their place in history. The golden anniversary season of the PBA begins now on ESPN.
I'm just going to give the money to my wife, and I'm going to hug this trophy to death.
The countryside of Kansas is serene and beautiful, but inside Wichita, Kansas, one of the great American bowling cities, the action is getting hot and heavy. We welcome you to ESPN's live coverage of the PBA World Championship. This is the first of 4 majors this season. I'm Rob Stone, and we welcome you to the beginning of the 50th season of the PBA. And all season long, we're going to be celebrating the great talent and moments in this sport, but we're also going to use the golden anniversary season to spring forward. A new look for the PBA this season. New tournaments, new formats, new themes every single week, from plastic balls to oil patterns to house shots. And we begin, conveniently enough, with the major. And a chance for a major breakthrough for Norm Duke. He has the opportunity today to become the first PBA bowler to win 3 consecutive major tournaments. Joining me this season, again, a young man who won this tournament back in 1987 as a fresh-faced, middle hair parting, I believe necklace-wearing 24-year-old. 13-time tour titleist Randy Peterson, back for his 8th year calling PBA action. I can never get enough of watching some of your old video, my friend. Good to be back with you here again, and we focus on today's main story, Norm Duke looking for 3 majors in a row. Help us put this in perspective.
Well, it's never been done in the history of the PBA. Only a handful of players have ever won back-to-back majors. And when I won my major championship, this tournament here, I had to beat 3 Hall of Famers. So it's a really difficult tournament to win. If you look at some of the names that have won this event over the years, the first name that comes to mind is Earl Anthony, who won this event 6 times. So the players that win this event, a lot of Hall of Famers, a lot of great champions, very difficult tournament to win.
It was a difficult season for Norm Duke last year. Really turned it around about the last month and a half by winning the last 2 majors.
Yeah, and you know, when Norm was left for dead, he was outside of the exempt line. Norm Duke turns it around in 1 week in Indianapolis by winning this event. And then just a couple of weeks later in New Jersey, Norm Duke doing what only one other player has ever done, and that's capturing the Grand Slam. He wins his first U.S. Open, and he does it by making the tough bucket to spare the 10th frame and beat Mika Koivuniemi.
Take a look at Norm's resume through the years, and he is a no-brainer Hall of Famer.
Led the tour in earnings last season and only bowled about half of the events.
Well, Norm always has a big following on the road, but he may be matched and outdone today by local product Sean Rash, who grew up here, lives here, bowled for Wichita State University. He told us yesterday he thinks probably about half the crowd he will know personally.
And let's not forget that Sean Rash is undefeated on television.
7-0 in his career on television, 1 win shy of tying George Brandon III's record for most consecutive wins to start a career on television. Sean Rash to begin the 50th season of the PBA Tour. Let's try that again from the top.
And our first box.
That's one? I don't get a bye for the first one of the year?
It's going to be a pretty strong, pretty good athlete to do this with a 16-pound bowling ball.
Is that nerves?
I think it's a little nerves and a lot of anxiety. And maybe the fact that he's bowling that man.
It was worth the wait.
Tremendous shot thrown by Sean Rash to start this match.
Now Norm Duke from Claremont, Florida. Win today would be his 6th major title, tying him for 5th most in PBA history with Don Carter.
And right out of the gate, Rod, you're seeing multiple angles played on this World Championship oil pattern. You see how they stack up in our big picture here. Norm Duke really dominated, especially in match play, out-averaging Sean Rash by 10 pins a game. And you can see the low number of match play games that they had to compete in this week, and that's because they both were seeded into the Super 16 round.
So the first spare opportunity of the afternoon is Norm leaves the number 4.
And again, Rob, just touching a little bit on the oil pattern this week, you're going to see multiple angles. Norm Duke played out once he got into match play. The majority of the players played in or left of the track or the worn area, left of second arrow.
It's the World Championship oil pattern, the only time it will be used all season. So Duke takes a seat, and the local product, Sean Rash, steps up, won the 07 USBC Masters at Miller Park in October for his first career major title. It was also the first domestic event of the year last year, just like this one is as well. Again. Now, is that thumb? Is that shoes?
It'd be an expensive day.
Well, that looked like it was a slide issue. He's going back to the brush to brush his shoe. I still think there's a lot of nerves there, maybe a little indecision going on right now mentally as far as how to play the lanes. Sean is playing the outside part of the lane. He can play multiple angles. I'm not so sure he's feeling real comfortable.
He needs to be comfortable if he can get back-to-back gaps in a World Championship. Forget comfort. It's overrated, Randy.
Well, apparently, just keep balking and
yeah, right.
You know, it's going to be an expensive day for him because of the fines that he'll incur. But yeah, those 2 shots there were pretty spectacular.
As we mentioned, a lot of family and friends here in attendance. Maybe he works better with those nerves.
Pretty impressive start for Sean Rash. Plays an extreme deep sit inside part of the lane during qualifying, and now you can see that he's playing right of second arrow. Again, showing his versatility.
Rash up 20. Here's Duke working off a 9 spare. Dialed in.
Well, Rob, I'm not so sure he's dialed in. The last shot he threw, he left a 4-pin on the left lane. He gets a trip 4 here. You look at all 3 of Sean Rash's strikes, they're all deep in the 1-3 pocket.
Bad enough, I know it.
His 100th career singles television appearance today. His 5th World Championship televised appearance, 2nd in 91, 4th in 97, and then won it in 2000 and 2008. setup.
Absolutely. And that might just be a slight adjustment off the high shot leaving the 4-pin.